I unblocked my dad after 5 years of not speaking to him, and now he's reaching out like nothing ever happened. Hold on, I'm calling my mom.
Hit the line, what's the tea? They talk about everything. Hold on, I'm calling my mom. Paul is here, Barb too, and they talk about everything. Hold on, I'm calling my mom.
Hi, everyone. Hi, mom. Welcome to the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast.
Hi.
We're so happy to be joined with our lovely listeners and so happy to have Barb just here with us, aren't we, Barb?
I sure am so happy.
Did you practice that?
That's my little singing part today.
Oh, okay. That sounded that was interesting. I like that. Maybe we'll brush up a little bit on that before we start using that one again. I was like, is she
I'm trying
performing?
to be positive. It's been a day.
Oh, well, oh yeah, your power went out before we even started doing this.
Yes. So it got a little chilly in here.
That's because of all that boom boom Barb was doing in the room for Valentine's Day this weekend. She took the motherfucking power out. There was an outage in the town, right? Isn't that why?
Yeah, of course.
Big Blue was activated, bitch. That you used that shit so much on the weekend that the fucking
Wait,
power
one of
outage.
my coworkers asked me, was Big Blue coming out tonight?
Oh, for Valentine's Day? We'll tell her that your power went out today. So clearly something was happening. You were malfunctioning, bitch. There was too much happening over there. Couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Well,
How
happy
about you?
belated
Yeah, well,
Valentine's Day.
I know. How is that? There we go. Here like this. I just hit the mic. It's a heart. Girl, it's just like this. You just take the two
Why was
finger
Yeah, but I've seen people do it different ways too.
like
Like,
this. Like this.
why can't I do it?
Why can't you do a heart with your hands?
In Pilates, we did it with our legs. We made hearts with our legs.
You did?
Yeah.
No, did you really?
Yeah.
Were they saying here's a technique that you guys can use later?
Yeah. They were like, it's Valentine's Day. Instead of doing circles, let's make hearts. So we did little hearts with our legs.
I want you to pronounce Valentine's Day for me.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're
Val-
yesterday was just
Valentine's. I would say Valentine's Day.
it was just Valentine yesterday. It was Happy Valentine Day.
I was trying to be creative, but my little emoji.
I know, but why did you have to change the holiday? Like why was that a part of the creative process? What was happening?
I was just trying to get it because I wasn't sure when I was filming it, and
This is the Bitmoji you're talking about where
yes,
you're
yes,
okay.
it was me. I made it all look like me.
Barb has never seen this before, and you would have thought that, she saw lightning in a bottle, but she has discovered a Bitmoji now. So now she is over the moon. She is like using it for every fucking situation now. It's like, we got it. You love the Bitmoji. Thank you. Thank you. It's like just to say
I
good
thought
morning.
it
Now it's
really
like,
looked like I know. Good morning on that
yeah,
now. Good
yeah, it's not,
morning.
we're not getting text messages anymore. It's just going to be the Bitmoji showing up. It does look like you, but not really.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
it would kind of look like me. My hair, the eyebrows.
We'll have
I
the
have the glasses.
We should have the viewers decide.
We should.
I do want to mention though, Valentine Day, as Barb likes to call it. I'm not a fan. I'm just going to be straight up. I'm not a fan.
No.
And
Never been.
the reason that I'm not is because I just feel like it's like Mother's Day with you, right? Like, I love my mom. I love her down 365 days of the year. I don't need to just pick this one day. Sure, it's great to have a specific day to acknowledge it, but I'm a bad son if I'm not doing the heavy lifting of letting you know all 364 other days that I love you that much, right? So Valentine's Day.
You're talking like that's what I have always said to you guys.
No, but I've
always said, if I need one day a
Yes.
year for my children to be like, you're the best, mom, we love you, then I did something wrong, because I should be getting that all year through.
Yeah.
Just not one day.
but I feel that way. Yes, that's on Mother's Day, but now
Yes.
maybe I have implemented that into Valentine's Day because I just am like, okay, I don't want to go out. I don't want to get an overpriced, half selected, pre-selected menu. Like I don't want to be in big crowds. I don't want to put mushy pictures of like, I love you, sweetie. Like I do love, and love is beautiful. But I didn't post shit yesterday for Valentine's Day because I
It's over
didn't.
commercialized now.
Yeah, I'm just like, Jordan, you know what it is. I love you. But like, and
Yeah.
he feels the same way. I'm not going
No.
above and beyond to really like highlight that.
No.
Birthdays, anniversaries, yes, those are your special days. No one can take that away from you, right? Those are special days. But Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, it just feels very like for everybody. And I like when it's special for that person, make that person feel special on that day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you are always and even now, you are all about birthdays. You
Yeah, yeah,
love
I love a
birthdays.
birthday
You love a
because
birthday.
that is that person's day to show the fuck out for 24 hours. You can do in my book, your birthday, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, act
It's
however you
it's
want.
your day.
It's your day, and you are entitled to do whatever you wanna do, and it's about you, and it's about making that person feel special that they can do whatever they want. So that's why I feel like days that are curated for that person. Sorry, I'm holding my chapstick in my hand. I can't. It came from the, advent calendar that Jordan got me for Christmas this year. We didn't get to do it because we weren't filming then, but this is their Trader Joe's Rainbow Sherbet, lip balm. But that's my long-winded rant of holidays and Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. Like, I love you down, but I don't need to just, like, let this day be the thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think when you guys were little, I would, like, get you little thing like, a little something, but it wasn't
Well, where was my candy heart this year? And you didn't send it.
right here.
Yep, right there. And
It was my Bitmoji.
there you go. That was it. That was it. Did you do it like did you feel, I mean, being a single gal, or, an independent woman, what was your Valentine's? Do you feel lonely? Do you feel
No.
you don't care?
I
Y
felt like it was just a any other day.
um, Yo, are you okay? The breathing. Like, what is going on? I never met somebody I'm like, you haven't heard me breathe once.
I don't know because it gets every sound. I don't know.
But you take,
It's
like,
just my regular breathing.
you
I
take deep
sometimes I take a big breath just to like while you talk so I can be like
it's like
"Uh."
well, so speaking of Valentine's Day, how
All right, I'm laughing because my son just told me I breathe too loud.
you breathe too loud on the podcast. It's like hot, deep breaths. I'm like, "Girl, back the fuck up from the camera." The fuck? Like, oh my
I'm
gosh.
just breathing. So
I
everybody when you
know,
see
but
me turn blue, it's because I'm
it's like
freaking out.
literally it's like this, like, 1 ounce of, like, silence, and I hear I'm like, "Are you okay? Do we need to take you somewhere? What is
It's this
happening?"
high-tech equipment.
I know, but you don't hear me though, so I'm like, "Why are you taking these deep sighs of, like, like, what is happening? Are you
I
just
don't
stressed?"
know. Yeah, it just I guess it's like my way of like just
Okay,
just
regulating your nervous
yes,
system.
yes.
Okay,
I'm in
well,
my Pilates moment. I'm taking my 4 in and my 4 out.
okay, I love that, that's great. Maybe I should practice that, but so, okay, so back to Valentine's Day. So it's funny, I was saying how much can shift in, like, 2 days in a relationship, right? Because I was calling you, like, 2 days ago on my walk, and I'm like, my little hot girl walk, and I'm telling you about, like, "Oh my gosh, me and Jordan have such different, like, communication styles," where it's like, I will be like, "Oh my gosh, we need to talk about it right now. This is how I feel. Like, what's going on? Why is happening? Why is this shift?" And like, he is polar opposite of me,
Yeah,
where he like won't bring it up unless I bring it up, and then it's like I'm the type of person where it's like, well, no, you don't get to just like talk about it now because I'm bringing it up, and this is my moment, and I'll
yeah,
let you speak because it's a conversation, but like you don't get to bring up now that like you're annoyed about something 3 days ago when I took the moment to bring it up to you in the first place, right? Like, is anybody else that like my people out there, or like, do you understand that? It's like, yes, a conversation goes both ways, but you need to have like, you can't just pop up and be mad about six things now because I am saying I'm upset about one thing. Like, it doesn't work
Right.
that way.
Right.
So I felt like I was, spinning my wheels with you on that, like, the other day, and I said the beauty of a relationship, right, is that in 48 hours, you could love this person so much, and they just mean everything to you, but 48 hours prior, you wanted to, like, really go in on them for just being, like, not listening to you or not understanding you, and you're like, it's
Well, it's
interesting.
very hard to have 2 different ways of communication because then you have to come up with, like, a middle ground path, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Take a little bit from yours and a little bit from his and kinda come to a middle because 'cause you're both gonna want 2 different things. So, yes, that's very hard to navigate.
I personally feel like my way of communication is the correct way because I feel like it's open and
Uh,
honest and you're putting it out there and there is no like beating around the bush, it's transparency.
but
So
it's a lot of communication.
I just feel
Whereas
like it doesn't
Jordy's,
hurt to
like,
just be
totally
honest.
one.
Yeah, but it's like just be like upfront about how you feel. So it's like I guess maybe there needs to be a middle ground. Anyway, to say all of that, it took a full turn of like, oh my gosh, you were the most perfect thing and I love you so much
Oh,
because
well, see, then you do believe in Valentine's Day.
no, I do because I was this kind of circles back to what we were talking about last week on the podcast where I was saying I was, kind of like feeling unfulfilled and I've been like, trying to move forward and like creating this path for myself and like really, capitalizing and using my voice and,
Yeah.
all the career, spiral that I had. And Jordy got me up out at like we were just talking about. He got me up off the couch as The Revenant was playing. We took a pause from this movie to do this. And being somebody who, came up the acting ranks and knows techniques and methods and stuff, he's like, I want you to do what we would do like an improv class. And he's like making me like
Stop!
he was like making me move. And then he's like, I want you to like let out the biggest sigh. And I was like, just kidding around because I was like, I feel weird. I don't know. He's like, no, be serious. And I was like, okay. So I'd like breathe in and I would be like, oh, like that dramatic ass like
Oh
thing that
my
you do.
god, I love that. That's
But
adorable.
I know. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm uncomfortable doing this. And he's pushing me out of my comfort zone. And I'm so like such a perfectionist is what he was saying that it's like he's like, I just want you to like let loose. I want you to like break free.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I know, me too. And that's been like what the theme of what we started talking about
yeah,
last week to now and what I've been
yeah.
dealing with prior to this is that I feel like need that. He's like, you need like a rage room, like somewhere where you could just like go and scream and like let it out. And I said, but the problem is though, I don't need to do those things unless I'm angry or upset in the moment. Like I can't go back to last week and then bring up like I can't be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm mad at you." Like I that because it's not real. It's not lived in me anymore. I've already like processed it and moved on from it. I can still talk about something and be like, "Fuck that," or like I that's corny or like that's lame, but I can't sit there and be like and like my pillow mad about something that happened 2 weeks ago. Like that's not who I am. But
Maybe you should do boxing.
I feel like I need to let out like like
Yeah,
I need
maybe you
something.
should do some boxing.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
boxing lessons, like, put that thing on your head, obviously, and the thing in your mouth. We
Oh,
don't
you're
wanna
talking.
hurt the face and the teeth.
Yeah, we're trying to build
Just
something
a
here.
tap, just a
I
tap,
come back next episode with missing teeth and a fucked
and
up
a
face. Yeah,
black
black
eye.
eye. But that would
Maybe
do.
that's what you need, though, like, just your inner frustrations released.
I do feel like I need an outlet to release
Yeah,
that, but I don't that's not typically who I am. I'm not like an angry person. I'm an emotional person. So it's like when you feel it, bitch, it's coming and it's gonna be out and I'm gonna move on from it though. It's hard to be like at boxing today at 6 p.m. You're gonna take out your because I'm like, no, this shit's already gone. I don't have I'm not upset about it anymore.
yeah,
So
but if
that's
you get into your head and, like, really start punching and thinking about things, I bet you it would come back out.
I don't know, but
I bet you it would.
it was really special to me and, like, sweet that he cared that much to be like, "Get up,
I
like, let's
do, I
work on
love
this and
that.
just break free," and I said, "I think it just really stems from being, like, a young gay boy who had to always, like, read the room." No, like, it's a defense mechanism, like, I don't
Yeah,
know how to let it down.
100%.
Like, so to me, it's like it has served me in a positive way for so long, but now Jordy's like, that little Paul that, like, left Franklinville, New Jersey, who's gone, went to Hollywood, checked off E! News, Housewives, all the stuff that he wanted to do, like, that chapter has come, but it's like, what's your chapter now? Because you don't need to be that same, like, read the room and, like, be, like, in your head about who you are, and I'm like, "Yeah, a bitch needs her groove back. I need my groove back. I do. I need
Right,
my
you
groove back."
have, like, that you always have that inner
Saboteur.
yeah, like, that inner, like well, maybe it's like an inner child,
Well,
but and
yeah.
also, like, an inner wall. Do you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be somebody else kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, that's why I honestly think doing this, even like talking out loud and saying these things, like all of these things are uncomfortable for people. Like you are not brought up to like get in front of
No.
a camera, get on a mic, talk your shit, talk your piece, have a strong point of view, talk about family stuff, talk about flaws of yourself, like that's even like an uncomfortable, like sticky space too. And that's why I'm like, okay, I might not be where I want to be. I don't think you're exactly where you want to be either, but we've made like strides and progress of like being more confident of like who we are. I don't want to second guess myself anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah. No, and I yes, I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast many of times of where I was, 10 years ago to where I am now, would have never even thought it. Would have never even thunk it.
Never would have thunk it. Well, that leads me to my next conversation because this is something that I feel like needs to be talked about in terms of something from 10 years ago and to now is that 5 years ago, for the people who are listening, and for my mom, obviously she knows this, is that I was in a place in my life where I was trying to, like, I always remember the moment I was at your house on the couch. It was Christmas Day. My dad was texting me. We didn't have a relationship at that point that we were like seeing each other, but we were like, I was still just letting like the text come in and I felt the guilt of like having to answer and do that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna say this day for whatever reason, probably because I had a couple mimosas in me. And I'm like, I'm just gonna like have a breakthrough and I'm gonna say, this is how I feel. This is what you've done to me. This is where I feel wronged, right? And it did not land, like, it didn't, and I remember I told you, I was like, "I'm just blocking him because I just don't know what else to do," because prior to that, it's like, I have tried to do it in person where we've, like, gotten dinner and it's gone bad
Right.
because it's been exactly what I expected it to be. Then it's like I try to communicate how I feel, and it's like I get no accountability there. So as a kid, I'm like, what can I do in those moments other than to just shut it down finally? Like I have control to turn that off and close it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a sense of guilt that like, oh, I'm a bad person for doing this, right? So after my grandmom's funeral, which that was my dad's mom, which is crazy because I was so close to her, is that I was like, I'm going to unblock him from texting, like, see if there's anything that comes in. And I did just last week because I thought I had done it sooner, but I checked my phone and it still said he was blocked. So I did it last week for the first time. And 3 days ago, I got a text from him and it was of me and my grandma. And he sent it to me. And then I'm like, oh, because now I'm like, see, like that makes me feel bad because I'm like, then he's sitting there thinking about this and it's like weighing on him, but like his way of reaching out
Right.
is to just send me this picture,
Right, no
um,
words, no nothing, just a picture because he doesn't have
the words to
the
do it.
words to do it.
So then, I was like the next day I was just like, "Thanks for sending, great picture," because I was just like, "That's all I'm gonna give right now." And the following day it was, "Yeah, it's great. There's more over there." And then I didn't answer, and then next 24 hours, it was love and miss you, didn't answer. And then I got a happy Valentine's Day text. So I was like very random holiday.
Oh,
Um, but I I don't like I I think I hate
You
the
don't
state.
know how to respond. You don't know how to pick up from where it was.
Well, because I don't feel like it's my responsibility to do
Yeah.
that. Like, I hate feeling like on like, I know my place in my family, where I fit, like, where I'm at, who I am, but it's just very hard for me to sit there and text somebody back and say, "Love and miss you," when I don't. Not that I just there's nothing to miss to me because I don't have anything with you
Well,
to
that's
miss.
right, that's what I'm saying. It's very hard now to text responses because it's where you were to now where you are. That's you know what I mean? That's a lot of lost time there. So it's very hard to be like, what do I say with that response? How do I respond? That's a very like I'm sure it's a very hard thing because you don't have that answer of how do I and how what am I continuing?
As I'm sitting here picking my fingernails as we're talking about it. Because well, because I just feel like it's like a sticky situation because it's like,
Right.
what you text, you say your piece. So this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I felt like I have a big thing about misconceptions and misunderstanding. I don't like somebody going around and saying like, "Oh, my kids don't want to talk to me," or like, "I don't know why," or "Oh, it's something about them being gay." My that has nothing to do about being gay. That's, like, literally that's the least of it at this point. It's about just showing up, taking ownership of missteps and really bad behavior and taking accountability and just admitting it. That to me sounds so easy because I'm like, "Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat if I know I hurt somebody." I would wanna understand why and where it comes from, right? But
Right.
I'm like, that's not how everybody else thinks, and I don't think I'm ever going to get that. So me putting myself back into the ring, it almost feels like, "All right, bitch, we're putting on the boxing gloves. It's time." I want my piece to be known. Like I want to know as a grown adult at 33 years old in my life right now, this is where I'm at. This is how I feel. I can't do a pen pal thing. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't give me anything. And honestly, it just makes me feel worse and more stressed out and upset that it is like this to begin with. Um,
What
so
if you would respond and with something like your thoughts, and then his response, because it's been 5 years, what if his response were acknowledgement and sorries and what you needed, then where would that put you?
I would need, like, time. I would need, like, I'm not a believer of just, like, hopelessly, like, just like, "Oh my
Would that
gosh."
be a start, though? Would that be a
Oh,
start?
I've said that from day one.
Yeah, okay.
I said to me a sorry and an apology. There is no buts. I don't want
Yeah,
"I'm sorry, but
right.
I'm a great dad, but," or "I did this for you, but." Like, to me, the throwing the things in about, like, "Oh, your college," or "I gave you the best life," or "I'm that," like, okay, if you sign up to be a parent, you are signing up to protect your kids, provide emotionally and financially, period. That is like your bare minimum of a job. No one should get a round of applause for being the bare minimum of what a parent is, okay? That
Right.
is true. I don't care what anyone says. I will never push back. Like, I will never not stand on that firmly. That
Yeah,
to me is the bare minimum, like, that you should give your kid. And I don't think that that warrants somebody to be a great dad because they think they showed up for you financially. Yes, it's a blessing and it's a privilege and it's something to be grateful for because not everybody gets that.
correct.
And that's not something I don't recognize, but that does not undo or justify bad, terrible behavior and forms of really, if we're not trying to go too dark here, uh, bad actions. Like, that
Yeah.
to me does not warrant that. So I'm conflicted because I just don't want to get on this merry-go-round. I also am like, I'm trying to figure out my own life, trying to figure out, what I'm doing and how I'm showing up as a 33-year-old adult. I don't have time to like we're embarking on family therapy together. That to me means the most in my relationships that I would want to fix those things first before I start going down this path of trying to like lead a almost 6-year-old man to try to get help. I can't do that.
Isn't that funny? I just literally had a light bulb moment, and I was thinking, remember when you spoke to that psychic and they said something about grandmom passing away or someone getting sick, and then they said something about you and your dad would be in touch remember, like, it was something.
There was 2
Remember?
things. So we had
Yes.
shout out to Jen Schaefer on the podcast. She had come on. Great. We
Mhm.
love her.
Yes.
She did a reading for us, and she said there would be some reconnection with him, but not on like she said it would be bigger than like just something like a call. Like she made it sound like it could
Yeah.
be like something like a document, like something we could be following or something. I don't know. It was that way, and then I got
The one
to
that yeah, the one from New York or whatever.
yeah, so I have this other psychic that I went to for my birthday this past year, and I'll have to
She
go
said
back and listen
something
to it.
yeah, she said something about someone,
She did say
passing aw yeah,
yeah,
and
she
then
said
she said something about you and your dad will have your moment again. Yes, that just came to me when you were talking like that. Oh, that's crazy. You'll have to go back and listen to it
I do
because
need to
I
go back and listen to
yeah,
it because I sent
yes,
it we never listened to it when we were together, remember we were going
yeah,
to?
yeah, yes.
So what are your thoughts on all of this? Because I don't want you to don't be Captain Save a Ho because you know that's gonna make me upset and mad, but I want, like, an honest answer, so if that's what it is, I'll take it, but I am gonna have my thoughts.
It's hard for me because, like, of course I want you to talk to your dad. Do you know what I mean?
But
Of
for
course
but
I
why?
want
But
that.
why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know. But I want you to talk to him and have whatever relationship you have, just, um, that it's a good like, whatever it is, that it's a good one, no matter how it turns out, that it's just something that's and it doesn't have to be like, "He's my best friend and we talk every day," but just something that I feel like is whatever it is good or good enough to suit both of yous that you can get whatever you can from it. I think deep down you need that. Somewhere
I don't.
somewhere in you as a person, because you do have that of me. You do have that of me of you don't like that feeling and cutting people off, and you don't like that inner hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like, you like to be healed. So I feel like something like that would if it's a good like, again, if it's good for you 2, that at least gives you something.
I know, but the problem is I don't see something being good for me because good for me is somebody who's a well-rounded person, who works on themselves, who believes in self-growth, who takes accountability, and is just like a person who can love unconditionally and be empathetic, and I just don't think that that's gonna like
But that's why I said
I
it has
dream a
to
genie, bewitch, like, whatever it is,
yeah.
do a little, like, doo-doo-doo, and this person suddenly like, I don't think that that's gonna be so therefore, I'm like, I don't know if that's the right fit.
I know. I know. And it's no, I wish I had a crystal ball and an answer to give you of this is what, this is how it's going to be and this is going to be wonderful and you're going to get everything you need kind of thing and
Yeah, but I get mad because I feel like so much time is, like, wasted on this hopeful, wishful thing, and it's like, it's been, like, 20 years, and it's like, nothing has changed, so I'm like, I just
yeah, but also and that's what I'm saying too, you haven't had a real conversation in 5 years.
I
So
know, but if somebody doesn't do things to work like, you just don't miraculously wake up one day and say, I'm a changed human. And it's like, just like, I know this from personal experience because I'm like, I like to believe that I'm a good person. And I like to believe that I want to change for the better for the people around me and for myself. And I know how much work goes into like showing up and seeing the real you and holding yourself accountable while really like discovering who you are. And I just can't imagine that you just wake up one day and are like, here I am. So to me, it's like I don't feel like somebody can change unless they do the work. I don't believe that one day you can just wake up and change. I believe you can have the moment of like clarity to be like, oh, I need to change in an awakening, but I don't think that you just automatically change and just decide that one day. Like that takes work to want to change, like active work, showing up, working with somebody, and like doing the hard stuff. Like you just don't get there by just waking up being like, okay, today I'm changed.
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally do get that. I do. I guess, yeah, like I said, I mean, 5 years have passed, so if you start out getting at, of seeing where he's at least for, uh, acknowledgement, accountability, you know what I mean? Like, could that be a stepping stone? And yeah, that I don't know.
My no negotiables are apologies and accountability. There is no ands, if, or buts on that. So
Correct.
that's my
So
non-negotiables.
right. So if you get those, isn't that a start?
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah,
like I don't know if I'm gonna get them. So it's like I don't wanna think about something that I can't guarantee because it's
I
happened
understand,
before. So
yes. But again, it's been 5 years, so
I
you
know, but
know.
it's been 33. So I'm gonna go with the
Yeah, yeah,
latter
yeah,
of,
yeah. I
to
know,
me,
I know.
33 years has proven that that's not what it is. 5 years, sure. Could I sprinkle a little percentage of hope there? But 33 or 5, I'm gonna go with 33.
Well, because there has been times that I get a little accountability from him lately. So I feel like
Oh,
that's a
okay.
big thing. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a big thing when I do hear that.
Well, you might get a fuck off after he listens to this episode and
No,
take it all
I
back.
think
So
this is all positives.
of
We're
course
not
it is.
sitting there, yeah,
I
doing
I
saying anything negative. I think this is
I
just
know. I'm just saying
yeah.
people have told me and my family, like, he listens to and he heard what, and I'm like, okay, well, great. Listen to it.
You're right. So listen
Listen
to
to it.
this and right, and this is a
And know
good
what time it
one.
is. Yes.
Right, right,
Well,
and he could maybe learn something from this one and understand where it's at. Yeah.
I needed to share that with you because we have not talked about that. I don't even think I told you about him texting the
I
different.
did not know that,
So
no.
I'd see I'm holding out the real juicy stuff for the podcast now
Yeah.
because I'm like, we're talking about it in real
Where was
time.
that "Hold on, I'm calling my
Saying my
mom"
mom.
moment?
Well, I knew I
Whatever.
was gonna talk to you, so I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I wanted to tell you," and it was Valentine's Day. But I'm gonna figure out how to process that and do what's best for me in that situation and handle that the way that I think a mature adult that has empathy and has worked through some things can handle it. We will see
And
where it goes, but my
yeah,
expectations, as I've known as myself as an adult, has been let down many times, so the expectation barometer goes lower, 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 so that's where I'm keeping it at.
and my thought is, whether you are going to acknowledge and agree with me or not, I know it weighs heavy on you. Inner Innerly, I know it does. It may not you have, I think, suppressed it, and then it becomes this anger and not anger, but like a, "I'm gonna suppress it, and I don't care," kind of attitude, but I think your inner little person and your kind heart, that it does weigh heavy on you, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's a compliment.
Thanks. I don't know if it I think about it, but I don't
Yeah,
know if it's like.
correct. I know you do, and that's what I'm saying. If you think about it, it weighs on you because you're a thinker and you're a kind person, you have a heart, you're empathetic, you're sympathetic, you're my child. You don't like that. You don't like that.
Friction.
Yeah, like just to know that that's like,
Well, I
you know
just
what I mean? Like that's the way I am. I don't like having all that feelings about talking to someone, not talking to someone, like, it weighs heavy on us. It weighs
I
heavy.
the only thing that I
We live our
work
lives, but it weighs heavy.
I just get confused about, like, to me, I just process a lot of how I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe I have a boyfriend of 5, 5.5 years, and this person who literally, like, created my existence with my mom doesn't know something
Yeah.
so close." Like, But I just think more of that way. I think, oh my gosh, how can this person be the person that brought you into the world, but they don't know anything about you? How can this person bring you into the world, but it's a stranger? Like that, that's what I think. It's not, and it's not necessarily him and I, it's more of like the broader picture where it's like I could not imagine somebody doing that to their child and just like I would feel sick waking. I just couldn't.
Well, that's why when you say save a hoe, it's not that. It's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, but I
Me
think you're quick.
that having that moment and back 33 years ago when we had you of how we were and what we were, and do you know
I
what I
know, but
mean?
that's
Like in my
33
head,
years
I know,
ago.
in
Like,
my
that is
head,
so
like
long.
that's yeah.
Like, that is such a lifetime of somebody changing
I
and not being
know,
the
but
same person.
I'm like, "Oh," to me, of course, I have the fantasy like, "Oh my gosh, he would love Jordy. It would be so nice to have you 2, like, be able to talk to him, and I think he would like his personality." Like, that's the fantasy in my head.
I know, but I'm like, I don't I like, I don't it's
I know, I know.
well, that's why, to be honest, I'm not gonna say all, a good chunk of that person in this scenario, in this situation is why we're in family therapy.
Correct.
And we wanna bring in Brett on this episode because Brett is a big part of the trio of us of, learning to unadapt from this old ecosystem that has been created because of all this chaos and turmoil. And it definitely has played a big role in the shifting of me and Brett's dynamics because of the lack of this person, our dynamics because of the lack of this person. So we can't have this conversation, I feel like, with just the two of us. So we wanted to bring in Brett to talk a little bit about family therapy. And we're joined by little Brett baby. Hi, Brett.
Hi.
Look at him with his little white ones. I was gonna say onesie. No, we upgraded this season to the robes. I made sure everybody in the family had a robe.
It's really soft.
I
I
know, right?
know. That's your first time wearing it?
Yeah. My mom, I just ripped out the package.
Oh shit, he just ripped it right out the package to come in here and do this. What do you think? Did I do a good job making sure everybody got like the right colors, the color
Yeah.
palette?
Mhm.
I did feel like I
He
gave you
has
the
the darker features, so the light here, I have like
he has
those
Darker features. I'm pale as hell.
Mhm.
well,
I know.
like your
No, I was
color hair.
It's the same.
I was
same
thinking I
color.
might have done a bad job because I thought, oh, like I gave the white one to the most pale person in the family.
Yeah,
But
a little bit, but it's all right.
it's okay.
It watched me out a little bit.
You're shining.
And the
Well,
ghost of Christmas past.
exactly. Well, Brett is coming to us. He's a little under the weather, but listen, he is gonna ride or die the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast and show up. So we've been talking about family therapy, and me and mommy were talking about it last episode, letting everybody know that we've embarked on that as a family unit. And I was like, okay, we can't not talk about this and not have Brett involved in the conversation. So I was like, let's bring Brett in and get into it. And me and mommy last week, you probably haven't listened because you don't listen to the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast, but big fan. But we said
Number one.
essentially what, what we did, what was our role back then? Like, what did we think we were in terms of like where we fit into the ecosystem? And then like, what do we want to be now moving forward? So me and mommy gave ours. I said that I wanted to be
You wanted
the
to play the role as brother.
yes,
and son.
or son. I just wanted to be me. I didn't want to have to be
Yeah.
dad, husband, cousin Eddie. I wanted to be me, Paul, show up just who I am. So you said you wanted to stop being an enabler mom.
Yeah.
Brett, where do you feel like your role in the past in our family ecosystem? What do you think that was?
The child.
The
Like
child.
baby of the family. Yeah.
In like what way?
Well, I think because I'm the youngest, so you're just as the youngest, I feel like people just watch over you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have an older brother who watches over you, so you're stuck there. That's not the problem, but I think after then being sick, it's like, it's like a little bird. It's like he can't fly from the nest. He's too sick. He can't do anything. So it's like he's not capable. So
Well,
you're
more protect your child,
protected, yeah.
even more protective.
Correct. And then it's like,
Damn, not her jumping into your explanation.
no, you're good, but And then you have people speaking for you all the time. So like obviously you're you. So
Uh-huh.
I feel like even not being sick before you're sick, you've always just like been the speaker. You know what I mean? Like you've always speak, I would say for me, kind of. And then after being sick, it was the same way. And then mom is a nurse, so she's speaking for me the doctor's appointments. She's speaking to me like to talk anything about the school. And like I kind of lost my voice during that time because it was like my focus was get better, feel better, get well again. So like I didn't
Mhm.
really I didn't have a role there. It was the patient. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where do you see moving forward with us as a family? Like, where do you wanna be? Like how we said, like, mommy doesn't wanna be an enabler. I don't wanna be, like, a husband or a father. Like, where do you wanna be in this new reinvention of us and our new family dynamics?
I guess it's hard because I think I've been in this position for so long and there's good things and bad things that come with it. The good things are is like if no one puts an expectation for you, like you can't really fail.
Mhm.
And then I feel like I sometimes can I think that's the right word, placate to that like sick kid because
It has advantages,
it has advantages and like
and
so
you're
I think
used to them, so you're like, "Hey, I'm
I'm
gonna."
gonna use I guess, like, if I'm, like, I beat it and stuff, I can use that as advantages, which I think is okay sometimes. But I think my new role is just to be, like, define my voice and to have my own seat at the table and be able to, like, I guess, grow and on my own and be able to, like, contribute.
Contribute.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at our therapy sessions already, like being able to
Brad
express
would be
the
very proud of us, he really would.
yeah.
Um, I I hear what you're saying because 'cause I've said that I felt like unintentionally I have, like, stifled maybe growth because I feel like I have just it was kinda like the times before you got sick, I don't really remember, like, it's like I do, but that feels so disconnected to what is current, so it's, like,
Mhm.
almost like I don't know, I feel like you other than this version because it's now this has been majority of your life has been this version than the part of you that hasn't. So I feel like growing up, it's like, oh, you have that for me, like inclination to like, defend my brother, stick up for him or be his big brother and like protect him and care for him. But then I feel like all of that has gotten amplified over time with what has happened to your health.
Yeah.
That has made me be like, oh, well, now I'm really in the driver's seat and I'm going to do this. And I think that's a great thing to, like, love somebody and wanna protect them and make their life easier, but then I feel like I have played a part in, like, allowing you to be yourself because I've been so used to, like, telling or molding or not molding, but more like, um,
It can hinder.
suggesting or yeah, like, so I feel like it almost like moments now where I'm like, "Oh, I want my brother to contribute and have a voice and, like, add something of value to something." It's almost like I can't be mad that you sometimes don't because I feel like you've always been used and comforted by having people around you to make those decisions for you.
Yeah.
I feel like he was different too from when he was little up, you know what I mean, up until his age of getting sick. I feel like after that he was like his personality changed and he changed of
Yeah.
who, before that he threw everything to the wind. He was like a crazy little kid. You know what I mean? You guys would like sit and jump around and be daring and stuff. And then he became a little bit more
Yeah, well, all
subdued
that
and
happened, all that collided, I feel like, with getting older and
yeah,
just the severity of what was the reality of what was happening. Like, when you're
yeah,
sick, you're not like, "I'm gonna go outside and jump on the trampoline." I mean, maybe for some people, but that's not I know how
yeah,
you were feeling a lot of
No.
it,
no.
So, I think those things come to a collide, and it's like, yeah, all that stuff kind of has, like, produced a new version of Brett, and I think that's where, like, the stickiness gets because it's like
Well, new version of Brett, me, and you.
yeah, but I'm saying in, like, our family dynamic
Yeah,
of, like,
that's what
we
I mean.
we've all have established at that point in our lives of, like, who we were, but Brett never had the chance yet to establish, like, who
Yeah.
he was because he was, like and I feel like I'm speaking of you, you're
No.
here, like,
Yeah, I
you
know what you
can
mean. You're
chime in
good.
and join in, but, like, meaning that I don't feel like at 12, you don't really I don't know. I don't know.
I feel
I
like it's part is like when you start to like
start
to
finding yourself.
your identity in a way, like because you go through puberty and you change and you kind of go through that stiff, like you become like a preteen and you get like kind of, and like I lost all that kind of in a way, which I feel like is sometimes why I live in that
like a teen,
like not a teen, but like I live in that like kiddish role and like a Peter Pan way. You know what I mean? It's like I miss that experience and I kind of like don't want
you want to relive it because you feel like you were like fucked out of having that
well,
opportunity.
yeah, like I was,
But you were. You were. But I think like for me, when I was like, oh, me at 12, I was like, oh, I was kind of the bare bones of what the adult version of me was like. I felt like I was opinionated. I was like strong-minded, or like I was kind of like, oh no, this is what it like. I kind of always feel like I was like that.
No, yeah, you were.
But then with Brett, it's like, oh, Brett to me was he still had you still have like those qualities, but I think it's like, yeah, you just naturally when you have a life altering like encounter, I feel like it just completely it does
alters
shape
your whole life.
I feel like I was always like the shy and reserved in some manner. You know what I mean?
In
Like
some manners,
I was like
yes.
I feel like I always kind
you
of
did, and yes, you did get a little. You were shy around like big groups and people that
I
you didn't know.
yeah, like
and
that
stuff
hasn't
like
changed.
that.
No,
Like,
see, I'm like, oh no, Brett was coming in and he was like making his presence be known, and he's gonna like jump up on like all my girlfriends and like play with them and
yeah,
dance
because I
with
felt
them.
Felt comfortable.
Yeah, but I feel like people like, but now I'm like that too. Like
Yeah.
when I feel comfortable with you, like I let that weird, like funny, like
Yeah.
goofy part show.
But he would be shy going into a room of not knowing people. He would be shy. Like not like me and you would go in and we could maneuver the room. He would kind of still hang back.
Yeah.
Until he got to know them, and then he would be
more
crazy.
involved.
Yeah.
I was saying this to mommy, like, last week when we were talking about the whole like unraveling and stuff, like, what do you feel like needs to be done in our family? Like, or like what has been the through line, I guess, something that's shown up for you where you're like, oh, this has been like, maybe I need to do something, but I need these people to stop doing it for me too, right? Like, it's like, I've kind of said to you guys, and we really haven't gone into it fully, but I'm like, oh, I need people to stop assuming that I'm the 16-year-old version that y'all had living in the house with you, and now I'm a 33-year-old adult, and I can handle things differently. And so that's for me. I don't know, Mom, what would you say like yours is?
Being the save-a-ho.
Being Captain Save-a-ho? Being Captain Save-a-ho?
Being kept, yeah. I think like I go into that of I want to save,
Yeah, but Paul has that too.
Yeah.
Paul has that, like, if you tell him a problem, he's not going to say, okay, like, how do we go? It's like, you have a problem, I'm fixing it.
No, but mommy doesn't want to fix problems for people who want to fix it. She wants to fix it for people who don't
Yes,
even
I
want
agree.
it. So,
It works in different ways, but in the sense of like, you guys both hear an issue and you solve it in a different way, but like, you don't, it's not like, oh, like, all right, well, like, here are some things we can talk about. It's like, okay, here's like, that's for you, I would say more.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying for me and my family unit, I'm like, I don't want people to assume that I'm going to do something that maybe 16-year-old me would react in a way, but now 33-year-old, both of you guys have done that to me. I hate it. Drives me nuts. I don't like when people assume I'm going to do something. Mommy says she doesn't want, Captain Save-a-ho. That's her thing. What would you say?
I guess that like what we talked about, like having my own voice and then also not like playing into the part of like old baby sick Brett who doesn't know like what's going on, like, you know what I mean, like that. I guess maybe
like we need to come in and help you.
Yeah, I guess,
and
also being more communicative and being more open.
Communicative.
Uh-huh.
Have her say Valentine Day and you say communicative.
Communicative. Yeah, that's the word. Like, I guess be more verbal and talk things out.
Assert your presence. Let it be
correct.
known.
Yeah,
Contribute.
Not be assertive, but contribute. Yes.
Yeah.
They're all good goals we have.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, look, the three of us, I tell everybody, I just told somebody today that I was speaking to that we love each other so much. And I feel like there's such unconditional love that, like, to me, I know the two of you are never going anywhere in my life, which means that we're always going to have to work on things then, because we're not going to cut each other out and we're always going to have to try to fix it. So to me, if the three of us are in family therapy, that is meaning for me and for you guys to understand that like we're always going to fight for each other to like
Yeah, of
understand
course.
and create space and grace to do that. And I feel like we've been doing that. And I mean, the fact that we can come in here and just sit there and say like, hey, you know, I did this. I want to fix this. Enabler, people pleaser, let not be a husband, dad, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't have a voice. I was, you know, pacified. I think those are really strong and telling words to choose of like where we're at in this journey. So I'm proud of us for doing that.
I'm
Me
proud
too.
of us too.
Well, Brett, I'm very happy that you were able to break out the white robe and really serve us a look and get it out the package today. And thanks for coming even when you were, you know, not feeling too hot.
Bye, everybody. I'm hanging up now. Like,
Okay, that was close. We'll take it.
all right.
Thanks everybody for listening. We love you. If you haven't already, I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say, please, please, please make sure that you are listening every Monday on our YouTube channel at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST on Mondays when a new episode drops every week. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. If you want to get into the conversation, make sure you email us at holdonI'mCallingMyMomPodcast@gmail.com. Brett, that was a great attempt. Barb, show them how it's done.
All right, I'm hanging up now. Bye.
Love you guys.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Call you later.
Call you later.
later.
Bye.